Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the Time Travel Baseball League. Big Paulie coming to you this fine Saturday on the calendar of August 25th. And pardon me for a moment as I'm trying to hold back a sneeze here. My apologies for the delay in getting started. It's Futurists and Pioneers today. Okay, that is now taken care of. So we're good the rest of the broadcast, I hope. As we set the lineups, the future is still in first place, 80 and 53. This is game 134 for each team. So we're down to the last 3 weeks of the season. Pioneers, of course, representing the 19th century. Kind of the vision I had for the American Pioneers of the America 250 Super Season, which we did earlier today that I'm uploading now at 3:51 in the PM. So you'll probably see this and see the other video I had. Let's see. Just checking, making sure everything is in order. Let's go.
Pitching for Futurists, Randy Johnson.
So Johnson on the bump for the Futurist. Here is your lineup for the Pioneers, who come in 65 and 68. Don't think we'll be seeing them in the postseason, but you never know. That is their lineup. It's 28 players from each era, but there are travelers who were drafted and could play in any era. So that's why you're seeing Luis Gonzalez and Miguel Tejada and Gary Shetfield and Orlando Cepeda on this lineup for the Pioneers. And here is the lineup defensively for the Futurists. The Futurists represent the 21st century. And just like every other team in the league, they have travelers on their team, or can have travelers. But you don't see any right now in this lineup. And let's give you the profile on Randy Johnson. Actually, that would just pull up his bullpen. And this is how he has been doing. 9 and 8 in the replay, 559, and a whip of 1540. They call him the big unit. Played for Seattle, Houston, the Giants, the Yankees at one point, Montreal Expos, and here are some of his later starts. He had a great game against the Spitfires June 10th, a shutout, 15 Ks, 2 hits surrendered. And the biggest pitch count I have seen was 144 against the Aces. And he did pitch 151 in one game. 13-9 win, where he pitched 8. So his last start was against DEA, whoever DEA is. I'll think of it. Just give me a minute. The Dead Ballers, that's who it is. His ERA has been steadily going up. And Hugh Duffy will lead it off for the Pioneers, 280, 4 homers, 42 RBIs, and an OPS at 694. He's been close to, if not leading the league in stolen bases at 47 currently. They got to go watch him if he gets on base. A bunt and the throw in time. So the Futurists had the corners in. They were looking for it. 81-degree day. Wind slightly out to right center field at 4 miles per hour. Now, Ed Delahanty, your number 2 hitter, the left fielder, 306, 3 homers, 36 RBIs, 2 stolen bases at an OPS at 7.65. Corners again play in, and that's a walk for Delahanty. Pie Trainer is your new hitter, hitting 272, 5 homers, 64 RBIs, and OPS at 6.76. And Delahanty in there with stolen base number 3 all season. As we said, this is game 134 for each team. Our next stop will be September 1st, and then we'll have a Labor Day game, and then probably 2 more games of the week, and then we will be done with the regular season. So Pie Trainer now a 2-2 count. Grounded to first. Pujols will step on the bag unassisted. 2 outs now for Gary Sheffield, 273, 15 homers, 82 RBIs, and an OPS at 832. Johnson this season has walked 72 and has struck out 155. And this is Sky to left. Bonds will make the play.
Pitching for Pioneers, John Clarkson.
And we see John Clarkson on the mound. Let's show you the lineup for the Futurists. I think this is the 3rd straight week we have had them. But they have been, for quite some time now, for several weeks, they have been the best team in the league. Here is the defense for the Pioneers. A lot of low fielding percentages. Kind of buoyed a little bit by some of these players, travelers, if you will. And let's give you the rundown on John Clarkson as of late. Show you his game log, if we can. His last start was against the Spitfires on the 20th, a 5-3 win. And his ERA has been, hovering around the 5 mark. Against the Dead Ballers, May 7th, he struck out 10, pitching 8 innings. And the highest pitch count I have seen on him is 133. In the opening day against the Wings, it was an opening day, it was the 17th. 17th might have been opening day, I don't know. A 10-7 loss, he pitched 157 pitches. And that has been the highest so far. He could go 130, Clarkson. He could go 150, Clarkson, and Johnson can go 130. So Mookie Betts leading it off, 255, 8 homers, 42 RBIs, an OPS at 735, 14 stolen bases, and he is on first base with a walk. Joe Mauer, 289, 2 homers, 47 RBIs, no stolen bases, and OPS at 717. And this is hit to Tejada over to Cepeda for the first out, putting Betts at second. Prince Albert Pujols, 285, 27 homers, 87 RBIs, his OPS at 885. He has driven in, so far, 87 runs. Looking for 88 here, at least. And that is a line drive. No, that will drop in front of Sheffield. It was a close call, but Sheffield did play it on a hop, and Betts could only move up 1 base. So runners at the corners for Barry Bonds, the all-time single season and all-time career home run leader, 272, 28 homers, 86 RBIs, 13 stolen bases, and an OPS at 921. That's a base hit. That will plate Betts. Everybody moves up the base, and the score is 1-0. A-Rod up now, 309, 31 homers, 105 RBIs, 13 stolen bases. His OPS is 948. This is popped up. Ewing gets to it for the second out. Jim Edmonds, your new hitter, 300. 19 homers, 59 RBIs, and an OPS at 943. And that is K number 1, and that gets the Pioneers out of the first inning. We have played an inning, and the score is 1-0 in favor of the Futurists. As I get a little paper towel from the sink, because my nose is running, which sometimes happens to me in Florida, underneath the air conditioning. So Orlando Cepeda will start us off in the second inning as I check my OPS. He has a 280 average, 13 homers, 63 RBIs, an OPS at 756. Grounder third, Cabrera, the Pujols, 1 gone. Luis Gonzalez most notably bringing in the game-winning RBI in the 2001 World Series, as the Yankees were looking for a four-peat that year. 241, 17 homers, 72 RBIs, and an OPS at 704. That's K number 1 for Randy. That's 156 for him on the year in 166 innings pitched. That brings up Miguel Tejada, 258, 6 homers, 46 RBIs. Grounder foul down the third base side. The 0-2 is a K for Randy Johnson, his second. Side retired for the Pioneers. We have played an inning and a half with no score. Miguel Cabrera up the 7-hitter, won the Triple Crown in 2012, 283, 5 homers, 24 RBIs in limited action, and his OPS at 848. Grounder to Clarkson, and he bobbles it. An error. Number 3 for him on the season and the first for the Pioneers in this game. And they are going to make errors. Certainly no question about that. So we go to Prince Fielder. 247, 19 homers, 68 RBIs, no stolen bases, and OPS at 722. But he can mash, especially against righties. That's a base hit to center field. Duffy collecting that, and everybody moves up a base. We go to the 9-hitter, Alfonso Soriano. 259, 18 homers, 63 RBIs, 16 stolen bases in that 9-hole, most of the games he has been in, and an OPS at 732. This is a grounder. And they get the runner at coming into second for the first out. So runners at the corners, 1 out. We go back to the top of the order. Second time through, Mookie Betts walked in the first, hitting 255. That's a base hit. That plates Cabrera. And it's now 2-0 Futurists. An RBI for Mookie Betts. That is number 43 for him this season. Joe Mauer, 0 for 1, 288. That's a walk. So Clarkson now giving up his second walk. Bringing up Albert Pujols, 1 for 1, 286. With the bases loaded, that's a K. But now Clarkson's going to have to deal with Barry Bonds, 1 for 1, hitting 274. Had a ribby earlier. That's K number 3 for Clarkson. So a strong finish to his inning. But the Futurists get another run and have a 2-0 lead. Carlos Baerga of the Cleveland Indians in the 1990s. 252, 9 homers, 47 RBIs, and an OPS at 652. Grounder to Soriano over to Pujols. In this league, we do use the DH, so we keep that in mind. Buck Ewing, 299. You have to be careful how you say that name. 4 homers, 30 RBIs, so 7 stolen bases. His OPS is 617. Rodriguez to Pujols on the grounder. 2 out now for Hugh Duffy, who steps up for the second time. 0 for 1, 279. Grounder Rodriguez over to Pujols. Bottom of the third now, 2-0 Futurists. And A-Rod is up 0 for 1 today, 309 on the season. That's a walk. And that is pass number 3 for John Clarkson. Jim Edmonds 0 for 1, now hitting 299. K'd earlier, and now he K's again. Number 4 for Clarkson, who's already thrown 53 pitches and has only retired 7 men. Miguel Cabrera 0 for 1, 281 now. And A-Rod goes for the steal, does not get it. 2 outs now and a 2-2 count to Miguel Cabrera, which is a K. So Clarkson with his 5th punch out. And after 3, we have no score. Ed Delahanty, 306. Walked in the first inning, the only walk Johnson has surrendered. A bunt, and that's a base hit. And the Futurists are kind of sneering into the dugout of the Pioneers, as that was the first hit of the game on a bunt. It came kind of cheap, And Delahanty gives the Pioneers their first hit, as we just indicated. Pie Trainer is 0 for 1, 271. This is skied to right, Betts with the play for the first out. Gary Shetfield is 0 for 1, hitting 272. And a pitch out, nicely deployed by the Futurists, and it gets Delahanty coming in. He got caught stealing. Now to count 1-0 to Gary Shetfield out of Tampa, Florida, and that is a K, number 3 for the big unit. And after 3.5, it's 2-0 Futurists. We go to the 8-hitter on the Futurist lineup, Prince Fielder, the DH. He is 1 for 1 today, now hitting 248. That's K number 6 for Clarkson to go his 3 walks. Alfonso Soriano, 0 for 1, 259. Skied the right center, but Duffy makes a great play on his Schwinn for the second out. And now we go to Mookie Betts, who is 1 for 1, third time through the lineup now for the Futurists, and we're only in the 4th inning. Walked and ribbied. He has a batting average now of 257. That is walk number 2 for Betts, and number 4 for Clarkson. Clarkson is now at 69 pitches through almost 4 innings, 1 out shy. Maurer is 0 for 1, 288. Grounder, base hit. And Betts will advance to third. Runners at the corners for Albert Pujols. 1 for 2 with a K, 286. And now he has 2 Ks and 7 for John Clarkson. Clarkson's pitching is keeping the game close. It's 2-0 going to the 5th. Orlando Cha-Cha Cepeda, 0 for 1, 279. He formerly of the Giants and the Cardinals, most notably. That's K number 4 for the big unit. 159 on the season. Bringing up Luis Gonzalez, 0 for 1, 240. He K'd earlier, and that's a walk. Walk number 2 for Randy Johnson. Miguel Tejada, 0 for 1, hitting 258. Struck out earlier. Sharply hit, but Barry Bonds comes in and makes a play at the shoe tops. Nicely done. Second out. Carlos Baerga is now up to the plate. 0 for 1, 251. Sky to left. Bonds will make that much more easier. Halfway home, it's 2-0. Futurists leading. Now Barry Bonds up, 1 for 2. A ribby. He's hitting 273. That is K number 8 for John Clarkson. We had a game, we were just showing his line scores through the season, and he had a 10 strikeout game earlier. He's already at 8 through 4 1/3 innings pitched. A-Rod up, 0 for 1. That's a base hit. Oh, they caught Rodriguez between first and second, and Cepeda didn't need to run him down. He just did it himself, ran Rodriguez down and got the out. 2 outs now for Jim Edmonds, who is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Grounder, a base hit to Shetfield. So Edmonds aboard. 7 hits now for the Futurists. They have left 7 on. And Miguel Cabrera up 0 for 2 and a K. This is popped up, and Ewing gets to that. A great play right by the screen. And through 5, your score is still 2-0 Futurists. Looking for win number 81 on the season. And now it's Buck Ewing, who is 0 for 1, 228. And that is a walk. That's number 3 for Randy Johnson. He is at 73 pitches out of his possible 130. Hugh Duffy is now up as we go through to the order a third time now for the Pioneers. He is 0 for 2, 279. Popped up. Maurer gets to that. 1 out. He makes a great play. Says, why should Buck Ewing have all the fun? Ed Delahanty, 1 for 1, 308. He has the only hit so far. This is hit well to left center. And Edmonds makes a great play by the wall. Ewing will advance to third, but he probably saved the run right there. Pie Trainer up 0 for 2 on the day, 271. And now we have a 2-1 game, as that's a base hit for Trainer, bringing in RBI number 65 for him. Now it gets interesting as Gary Sheffield is up 0 for 2 and a strikeout. He's hitting 271. Rodriguez, he gets the force at second, throwing to Soriano, so the side is retired. After 5.5, it's now 2-1 Futurists. Go to Prince Fielder now. 1 for 2, 248. Hit well to the shortstop position, just to the right of Miguel Tejada. He has a base hit, Prince Fielder does. Bringing up Alfonso Soriano, hitting 258, 0 for 2 today. That's line drived right to Delahanty. We're out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. So wherever you are, I hope you are well this June 10th, this afternoon of June 10th, 4:11 as I record this on the East Coast. Mookie Betts 1 for 1. Just saw the Rays sweep the Red Sox, winning 7-4 today. Take that back, it was 7-5. Betts is 1 for 1, 2 walks, and now he's got 3 walks. He was hitting 257 going into that at bat. That is now 5 walks for Clarkson, who is now at 98 pitches. Mauer is 1 for 2 with a walk, hitting 290. Futurists would love to pad to the lead, but that won't happen with that at bat. That is K number 9 for John Clarkson. Bringing up Albert Pujols, who has 2 Ks already, to his credit. 1 for 3, 285. And Tejada with the long throw over to Cepeda to retire the side. We go to the 7th, and your score is 2-1 Futurists. We get ready for Take Me Out to the Ball game here after these next 3 outs. Orlando Cepeda, 278, 0 for 2 and a K. Grounder third. Cabrera to Pujols, 1 out. Gonzalez is up 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout earlier, hitting 240. Launch to right, but Betts gets to that. 2 outs now for Miguel Tejada, 0 for 2 and a K. Cabrera, Pujols, side retired, 7th inning stretch time. Oh, we don't do the 7th inning. That's right. In this league, we don't do 7th inning stretches. Well, I have it set up, but it's not being played, I guess. Okay, take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever come back. Root for the Futurists. If they don't win, it's a shame, because it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Don't know why that's not being shown here, but we'll live, I guess. We'll show you the recap real fast. 2-1. And Mookie Betts, the highlight of the game, 1 for 1, 3 walks. 280 for the Futurists, 1-2-1 for the Pioneers. So the aforementioned Barry Bonds, 1 for 3, 273. Had an RBI earlier and 2 strikeouts, and that is a base hit to right. A-Rod, 1 for 2 and a walk, 310. Bonds is in there with stolen base number 14. Futurists could use a little insurance right here. Count is 0-1 to A-Rod. Up the middle, Tejada to Cepeda. They get the out at first, but Barry Bonds very quickly, as soon as Tejada committed to the throw, moved to third base. So now it's Jim Edmonds, who is 1 for 3. Okay, do I have anybody who could bunt? We're going to bring in Mike Tiernan.
Pinch hitting for Futurists, Mike Tiernan.
He has pinched run a couple of times this season because he has no at-bats, 2 runs, and 1 stolen base. And the infield is playing back, so it's suicide squeeze time. But foul. Count is 0-2, so he's just going to have to hit like the normies. This is popped up, and Trainer with the putout. bringing up Miguel Cabrera with 2 outs, 0 for 3 and a K today. And there is K number 10 for John Clarkson, which ties his season best. And we go to the 8th with the score 2-1. I will bring in Mike Trout as the new center fielder. He will bat 6th. And Randy Johnson is in there to face Carlos Baerga. He could go the distance because it's the 8th inning and he's at 93 through 7. Skied to left, Bonds will not be able to get to that. And the count 1-2 to the former Cleveland Indian. And that is K number 5 for Randy Johnson. A pedestrian-like game so far, but he's only surrendered 1 run and 2 hits, 3 walks and 5 Ks. Buck Ewing up. He's hitting .228. 0 for 1 today. That is K number 6 for Randy Johnson. Can he strike out the side? He's got Hugh Duffy in his way. 0 for 3, .278. That's a foul ball. Count is 0-1. That's going to be Skied to first base. Pujols makes the play. And the Pioneers down to their last 3 outs. It's 2-1 going to the bottom of the 8th. And Prince Fielder is up, hitting .249. And I'm going to bring in Slammin' Sammy Sosa. Technically, he is a player from this era, although he peaked in the 90s, of course, when he hit 66 home runs in 1998.
Sammy Sosa.
He's hitting .325 in the Time Travel League and 191 at-bats, 16 homers, 44 RBIs, and an OPS at .1031, which is better than his projected .989. That's a walk. So Sosa aboard. He's an 8 base runner and has a 66% chance of stealing a base. I'll let the computer decide whether or not to do that, as Soriano is 0 for 3, .257. Line drive, a very soft line drive right to Pie Trainer for out number 1. And here I go about to sneeze again. So I'm going to sound muffled for a little bit as I wait for the sneeze to come. Mookie Betts is 1 for 1, 3 walks and an RBI. Might be a good time to do the hit and run. We'll do that. Sosa going. That's a base hit. Sosa will easily get the third. Runners at the corners for Joe Mauer. I'm pretty sure we have another catcher. Yeah, I got Buster Posey still. So, we're going to bring in another good bunter, Ichiro Suzuki. Well, actually, he's only a 4-bunter. We're going to bring in, we're going to do something a little wild, bring in Roy Oswalt.
Pinch hitting for Futurists, Roy Oswalt.
So Oswalt, no at-bats so far this season. It should be obvious to the Pioneers what we're going to do. We'll do a safety squeeze. They're not bringing the corners in, so, and they know what Oswald's in there to do. It's a bunt. Sosa scores it. It's 3-1. And we'll put a pinch runner in for Oswalt, and that will be Ichiro Suzuki. Pujols is 1 for 4, 2 Ks. That's a base hit. And Ichiro goes to third. Runners at the corners for Barry Bonds. Clarkson's at 135 pitches, has walked 6, struck out 10, and has 11 hits surrendered. But Barry Bonds could deliver the death shot here if he can homer. And that's a base hit. So it's a death by 1,000 cuts for the Pioneers. Pujols goes from first to third. That is RBI number 88 for Barry Bonds, and it's now 4-1. And now A-Rod could deliver a knockout shot here with a hit. 1 for 3, 3-10. And a passed ball is going to bring in Prince Albert, and it's now 5-1. And A-Rod grounds out to his counterpart at shortstop. So 3 runs. 3 big runs for the Futurists in the 8th. They now lead 5-1. And we'll need a new catcher. which is going to be Buster Posey. Hopefully he does not get hurt because we have no other catchers. Delahanty up 1 for 2, 307, walked earlier. Grounder, Soriano. Oh, he made a bad play there. I butchered that a little bit. So Delahanty aborted first. Now Randy is at 107 pitches, can go 130. It's error number 25 for Soriano. And Trainer 1 for 3, a ribby earlier, 272. Grounder, Rodriguez, Soriano, Pujols, double play. And now if he can get Sheffield out without surrendering a hit, he's got a two-hitter. 0 for 3 and a K is Sheffield at 270. Rodriguez, Pujols, ball game. Great performance out of the big unit, going the distance, only giving up 2 hits and 1 run. The Futurists get win number 81 on the season, 5-1.
The final score from Camden Yards, Futurists 5, Pioneers 1. Randy Johnson is the winner. He is now 10-8 on the season. John Clarkson is the loser. He is now 9-14. Time of the game, 2 hours, 43 minutes.
So both pitchers went the distance, and Randy Johnson won the MVP honors. So stay tuned. We're going to go through the rest of the games on this August 25th and the game timeline and show you the statistical leaders once all these games have been played. We will be back September 1st in the timeline, which will probably be next Wednesday, for another game here in the Time Travel League. Going to do basketball tomorrow, Retro Championship Wrestling on Friday. Might do an American 250 Super Season game again Saturday, but I have a game night at my church come Saturday, so I'm only going to be able to do one thing. As the Indians would say, do one thing when they call you. So let's go through what happened on game 134 for all of these teams. The Sultans 5-4 over the Explorers. Frankie Frisch with a homer. Epa Rixby over Dave McAnally. The Ironmen 2-1 over the Dead Ballers. That's the 1930s team over the 1900s team. Carl Hubble beating Rube Waddell. And Al Simmons 1 for 2 with a homer, his 30th. The Spirits of the 70s beat the Wings of the 50s 9-2. It was Jackson, I think that's Reggie Jackson with a homer, his 17th. Palmer over Donovan. The Aces of the 1910s beat the Spitfires of the 1940s 4-2. Alexander over Hal Newhouser. Crawford 3 for 5. I think that's Wahoo Sam Crawford. 2 ribbies and a triple. If I do this season, if I do another season of the Time Travel League, it's just going to be era specific. And we had the Stars of the 80s beating the Niners of, you guessed it, the 90s. It was 6-5. The Stars winning. They are now up to an even 67-67. The Niners are now back in last place after making a run. Ron Guidry over Kurt Schilling, and Lance Berkman hit 2 home runs to go to 4 on the season. Jim Palmer in that Spitfires game, the 4-2 loss. Actually, he was pitching for the Spirits, my fault. Went the whole distance, 9 innings, no earned runs, and 1 walk. We told you about Al Simmons, and it was Al Simmons, and it was Randy Johnson, who we just saw over these last 40 minutes or so. So let's get you through the stats and get you on out of here for this edition of the Time Travel League. Bill Dickey is still a wide leader. He plays for the Ironmen of the 1930s. He's got that .354 batting average. Amos Rusi's catching up to Walter Johnson a bit, but it might be too little too late. The Aces pitcher has an ERA of 2.04. Mark McGwire, 44 home runs. We saw him hit 4 not too long ago in a game with the Futurists. He's at 44, and he plays for the Niners. Amos Rusi, still your only 20-game winner. He's with the Futurists. McGwire, Stan Musial of the Wings of the 50s, and Babe Ruth of the Sultans, all with 111 RBIs. Mariano Rivera, still the saves leader for the Futurists. They did not need him today. 17 saves. Ty Cobb now leading in the stolen base race at 50. Roger Clemens, 2 over Bob Feller with 191 strikeouts. Babe Ruth, a 420 on base percentage, and Walter Johnson, 6 points clear of Rube Waddell at a 218 opposing batting average. The Ironmen are still way ahead on team batting at 292. The Pioneers, 8/100ths of a run better than the Deadballers in pitching. The Wings, Ironmen, and Spitfires all at 975 in terms of fielding. Take your pick as far as that. Best player of the league so far has been Babe Ruth, and if there was a Cy Young winner, would probably go to Walter Johnson. And that's it for this installment of the Time Travel Baseball League. We will be back next Wednesday to play the September 1st game, and then our next game will be the Labor Day game. And then we'll be 2 games away from closing out the regular season. The best 4 teams make the playoffs, the 2 division winners, and the next 2 best records. Right now, that would be the Futurists getting the 1 seed as the B leaders. The Wings are the number 2 seed as the A leaders. And the Sultans and the Aces would be tied at 68-66, so we would have to see who won more games between those 2 teams, and the winner would get the 3, and the loser would get the 4. And the Stars and the Explorers are now 1 game behind at 67-67. So it's still anybody's race for those last wildcard spots. This has been Big Paulie. Godspeed, God bless. We'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.